Please put your hands together and give a legacy welcome to Perry Kurtz.
Oh, that's good. All right, give yourselves a round of applause for coming out for Valentine's Day. How many people can still spell the word love? Anybody? It's L-O-V-E. Very good. Now, can everybody see me? I want to make sure you can see me. My jacket. Last week, a guy told me I looked like a baked potato with feet. Is that too rude? I don't know. Well, my name is Perry Kurtz. I am going to be your entertainment for a little while. Let me tell you a little bit about me. First of all, the name is Perry, as in Perry Como, Perry Mason, Perry Winkle. Now there's a very famous rock and roll singer by the name of Katy Perry. You've heard of her, only she's a woman. I am a man. Don't make me prove that. I proved it last week. She said, "Oh, you're Jewish." Good, you're working this stuff out. That's what I'm looking for. So my name is Perry. I am 68 years old, so I'm not just here to entertain you. I'm also looking for a place to live. And I hear this is a great area. I've been here many, many times. And you got this beautiful center here. This is amazing. How about a round of applause for Laura for bringing us and the balloons everywhere to distract my attention. So my name is Perry Kurtz. I'm 68 years old. I'm originally from Philadelphia. Anybody ever heard of Philly? All right, now see, I want you to know my show's a little bit different than most shows. My show is interactive. I'm going to be talking with you, so I will be occasionally asking you questions, and I will need you to respond. So what I want you to do, if your answer is yes to any of the questions, don't applaud, don't raise your hand. What I want you to do is make it sound very popular in the Deep South. If your answer is yes, I want you to go, ee-haw. See, the women like it already because women just like to make noises. So, on the count of three, we'll have a practice. Everybody go ee-haw as hard and as long as you can. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Everybody. Ee-haw! Oh, somebody real relieved over there. Okay, good. Remember, if your answer is yes, ee-haw. All right, first question. How many people are seeing me today for the first time? Okay. How many have never seen me before? All right, I confused a couple of people. How many people are here today? Yeah. How many don't know where you are? And how many really don't care at this point? Okay, now I know what I'm working with. All right, that's important. Now, how many have heard about Philadelphia? Have you ever heard of Philly? Yeah. That's where I'm from, originally from Philadelphia. Grew up there, went to high school there, graduated in 1968. And I left my job as an art director in 1974 to become a full-time comedian. And I'll tell you what made me quit my job and go into comedy. I decided to stop drinking. And what happened? No drinks for her, okay. Yeah, I used to drink. I'm a diabetic. Any diabetics out there? Okay, half the room, good. Yeah, I got mine under control. My A1C is 6.1, so I'm almost pre-diabetic. But I grew up with a sweet tooth. When I was 10 years old, my mother found me on the floor of the kitchen, on my back, drinking Hershey syrup right out of a can. So I grew up with a sweet tooth. And when I started drinking, I got into Southern Comfort. You've heard of Southern Comfort? Yeah, it's very strong. This is the stuff to kill Janis Joplin, and she's almost a man. So I was in a bar in Atlantic City, which is where we went to party. Atlantic City, where the song came from, Under the Boardwalk. You've heard of that? I was part of that generation. I got arrested under the boardwalk many times. So we would go down there to party. And I was in a bar drinking double shots of Southern Comfort, chased with a Coke, no ice. Yeah. All of a sudden, a big cowboy trucker walks in with a big cowboy hat and sits down next to me and goes, "Wow, look at you, little man, drinking all that. Think you can drink more, little man?" And I looked at him and said, "If you're buying," he bought me 6 more double shots of Southern Comfort. That's 3/4 of a bottle. Now, I'm a little guy. I'm a little under 6 feet tall. I'll tell you when it's a joke. And I drank it all, because I'm a little guy, I have the Napoleonic complex. You tell me I can't do it, I go, watch this. I have 2 speeds, fast and get out of my way. So I chugged it all, he got up and left. And I sat there, and I turned into liquid mercury. And I slowly slid off the stool in slow motion. And I'm laying face down on the floor saying to myself, well, I'm really drunk. I guess it'll be easy to pick up a woman now. Why do guys think they're sexy? Because they can mumble and drool at the same time. You ever see them, you walk by and they go, hey, how you doing? So I wandered out the street. I did 2 things that drunks do. I started to fall. I bounced down on one knee, hit the other knee, bounced up and turned into Keanu Reeves. Whoa. Then I did the stumble on the invisible wall. You ever seen drunks do that on the street? Where they start to fall and they go. And it works somehow. I go into the bar across the street, I'm trying to get women to dance with me, and they're all just waving me off, they're flipping me the bird, they're telling me to get lost. But I knew they couldn't understand me because I couldn't understand me. I was basically going, I finally wound up in the corner talking to a little girl with big hair. Now, if you remember the 70s, those were the days of the giant hair, where they could put their purse in there. Well, I'm talking to this little girl, she had black hair, but it was up to here, and she was just staring at me. But she wasn't telling me to go away, she wasn't flipping me the finger, I thought I was doing good, but she wasn't reacting, and I got upset. I wandered out of the bar, I walked across the street, and I stood on the end of the dock, looking down at the cold ocean, crying, nobody wants me, I don't want to go on anymore. I'm gonna just kill myself. And I stepped off the dock. Well, I didn't know that 6 feet down, sticking out, was another dock. I landed on there, twisted my ankle, smashed my head on a metal pipe, woke up in jail the next day. 30 guys in the cell. My friend bailed me out. I had a lump on my head the size of a baseball. Turned out it was a government dock. I had climbed 2 10-foot chain link fences to get there. I may have been drunk, but I was focused. We're driving back and he says, what do you remember? I said, not really much. I said, the last thing I remember is talking to this girl with really big hair. He goes, girl with big hair? You're on your knees talking to a bar stool. So I stopped drinking, gave up my job, became a comedian, and this is all I have ever done since 1974. Made people laugh. And I became funny when I was 10 years old. My father was kind of abusive. And he used to smack me around a lot. And one time he said to me, do I have to take off my belt? And I said, I appreciate it, it's smaller than your hand. Well, he laughed and he left me alone. And I've learned to use humor as a defense. So now I want to make people happy, and that's why I'm here. 10 years ago, I realized that there are people that are not coming to the comedy clubs, and that's you guys, people over 40. Just play along. Good. Thank you very much. Yeehaw. Well, so I have a mother back in Philadelphia. My mother has dementia. Anybody here with dementia? I just want to know if I can repeat myself in 5 minutes. I have it already. I get lost going to the same place. A couple of weeks ago, I was going home and I go to get off the freeway and it splits. And I'm supposed to go left. I pulled up at the intersection. I went, I don't know which way to go. I had to call somebody. So I cut out a cardboard L, a white L, and I put it on the dashboard next to the wheel. So I know when I pull up, go left. I pulled up there the other night, I looked at the L and I went, L, I'm lost. Now my mother has it really bad. Now if you had it really bad, you wouldn't have found your way into the room. My mother doesn't know what's going on. I call up, I go, hi Mom. Who's this? This is Perry. Perry. I have a son named Perry. Yeah, Mom, this is your son. Who's my son? I'm your son. This is Perry. Perry's not here. Mom, this is Perry. I'm calling you. Who's calling me? Mom, this is Perry. I'm your son. I have another son named Perry? Mom, I am your son. I am Perry. Okay, who's calling? So I learned to skip past that to the immediate. Mom, did you eat today? Wait, let me look in the sink. Now some of you are laughing because you do that. You get up in the morning and you get busy and you're doing things and all of a sudden your hands start shaking because you forgot to put gas in the car. Eat something every day. Fruit is a great way to start your day. Apples and bananas are excellent. Once you hit 50, we all need potassium. Have a banana every day, but keep fruit, have some before you get up. Now, although this jacket is very nice and very attractive, I bought this in 1981 for $21. Check out the back. Although this jacket's cool, it's not. It's actually very warm, so I'm going to, as we say in the business, I'm going to take it off. Now, ladies, relax, relax, don't go pulling out the dollar bills, don't rush the stage. I'm only taking off the jacket. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That's more than enough. Some of you have eaten already. So now I'm here on Valentine's Day. I'm so glad to be here. I left Philadelphia in '79, moved to San Francisco, where my best friend was Robin Williams. Him and I used to do improv together all the time. And then in 1980, I started having dinner with Bill Cosby once a week, which is great. It's very nice. And through him, I met Professor Irwin Corey. Anybody remember him, the crazy professor? And one of my best friends, Rodney Dangerfield. And he became so close, we became like family. He was flying into New York 4 times a year for ridiculous amounts of money. He would say, don't bring any cash, I'm paying for everything. I was having steak and lobster for breakfast. Then a couple years later, I had dinner with Milton Berle. And Milton became like a mentor to me. He taught me that comedy is all about personality and you have to be like him. And he was flying me down to LA 3 times a year to work at the Friars Club. You've heard of that, where they have the roasts? Well, one time I was doing a show, and instead of 6 minutes, they let me do 11. I was so excited. The crowd was great. I get off the stage. There's Johnny Carson, Joey Bishop, Shecky Green, Phyllis Diller, and Charles Durning. And Johnny walks up and goes, hey kid, I like you. You got my moves. You got a good personality. You might have a chance. Joey Bishop looks at me and goes, hey, you're pretty funny. Shecky Green looks at me and goes, you're really short. Suddenly I get a tap on the shoulder. I turn around. There's a little short, bald, fat guy. He takes my hand and says, hey kid, I saw your show. Nice try. Take a guess. Don Rickles, exactly. And I've been told if Rickles insults you, you gotta make. So, Milton got me an audition at the Comedy Store. That was in '89. I got down here, I got in, and I moved down to LA. About 6 months later, I met my wife, and now I have been married to the same woman for 27 years in a row. Just remember that marriage is like a circus. It's like a 3-ring circus. The engagement ring, the wedding ring, and then suffering. So I met my wife online. in the early days of computer dating. We didn't have pictures. We didn't even have color letters. It was so slow that when you would type a word, it would build itself on the screen, dot by dot. You had to wait. It went. That was the P alone. By the time my name finished printing on the screen, my wife made a sandwich, ate it, and digested it. So we talked on the phone for about 40 hours over 3 days. She drove to my house, and we started going out. Now, in those days, I was driving a motorcycle. Because when I lived in San Francisco, there was no place to park. In San Francisco, there's one parking space for every 7 people. There's also a bar for every 5 people. So I bought a bike. I bought a big blue motorcycle, and I put a trunk on the back because I traveled all the time. And on the back of the trunk, I put the word Perry Cycle. Are you getting it yet? I actually have people pull up next to me in traffic and say, "What's a Perry Cycle?" It's mine. Your name's Perry? Yes, it is. What are you, a comedian? Yes, I am. And they would try to run me over. So we were going out at the comedy store, got to work with Richard Pryor, Milton was coming down, Andrew Dice Clay was just getting started. And then about 6 months later, she said, "Why don't you come to my house?" So I drive out there. I walk in, there's a guy sitting on the couch. There's a little baby girl crawling around on the floor. And I said, "Honey, who are these kids?" And I look and there's 2 more kids in the corner. She goes, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, I have children." And I'm looking at the 2 daughters thinking, which one is going to get me out of here quicker? You ever hear the phrase, don't get involved when somebody's got baggage? My wife owns Samsonite. Well, I got to meet the kids. Fell in love, they were all attractive, they were all smart. None of them looked anything like me. So I thought that was safe, but they did not know their fathers. I figured, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm clean, why not? So one night at dinner, I gave everybody a cold drink, and I got down beside the table and said, "I'd like to ask the 4 of you to marry me." And they all shook their heads, except for my son, who said, "Yeah, whatever, can we just have dinner now?" So we got married. Now, anybody here get married and have a big fancy wedding? Hee-haw, if you had a big fancy wedding. A couple people. We got married at City Hall in downtown Los Angeles. City Hall is not as nice as the bathrooms in this building, okay? It's all gray and black marble. I walked up to the counter and said, "Hi, we'd like to get married." The guy went, "Oh yeah, you'd like to get married." I said, "No, we want to get married." He said, "Oh, we marry people all the time." And the kids are backing up now, I'm backing up. I said, "Okay, so we get married." "Well, yeah, we marry you. Have a seat. We call you when we're ready." So we're sitting there 20 minutes later. "Sarah and Perry, please come in." We walk in, it's the same guy, only now he's wearing a judge's robe. And he's speaking perfect English. The accent had gone out the window. He gets at the end of the thing and he goes, "Now, Sarah, do you take Perry to be your lawfully wedded husband?" She goes, "I do." And he goes, "And Perry, do you take these people to be your family?" And I said, "What the heck, I'm here, right?" Ladies are laughing because you know it's a stupid thing to do. And guys, you gotta be careful. Women are very smart. That's why they outlive us. That's why they have babies. We couldn't do it. But when we do stupid things, women remember the dumb things we do forever. Yeah, you never forget. You wait 30 years to throw it back in our face when we do something else stupid when we're out in public. So we got married. You know it. I swear. Really? Okay. Then I need to get paid better. So we got married. We went on the road. We were going to drive across country and move to South Carolina, which is where my wife is from. She's got a southern accent. You ever hear people in the South when they talk? Like heavy girl, they talk slow. Are you from the South? Where are you from? Where? Orangeburg, all right. Well, my wife is from South Carolina. She talks like this. People in South Carolina, they take the words, they stretch them out. They enjoy talking. They're not in a hurry. They don't just say hello. They go, "Hi! How are you? What's up?" And my wife has a favorite phrase. She'd always say, I'm going over yonder. You ever heard that one? I've looked at 157 maps. There's no place called yonder. I don't know where she was going, but she always came back. So we took off. We spent our honeymoon in Barstow. We didn't even get to Laughlin. We were in Barstow. Barstow is a very small town. It's one road. It's a loop. You pull in, there's a sign that says, welcome to, thank you for coming. And there's a lot of inbreeding in Barstow. I met people who were their own parents. So we kept driving. We worked in Texas, we worked in Mississippi, we worked in Alabama, we went all the way and up again through Florida, did the whole loop panhandle, and we wound up in Spartanburg, South Carolina. We moved right across the street from my wife's father, Jimmy, a good old country boy, 6'6", big man. Everybody in town knew him. One day he threw a big barbecue for everybody to welcome his daughter and found her back. He said, hey everybody, gather around, come here, make a big circle. Come on everybody, gather around, make a circle. Come here. Bobby, put the gun down, Bobby. Just lay it down slow, Bobby, thank you. All right everybody, I want to welcome you to the barbecue. As you know, my daughter is back in town, she got married, and he grabbed me around the head and said, and this is my son-in-law, this is Perry. He's a real Jew boy. Everybody in line goes. From the back, I hear somebody go, I've never seen one before. I actually had a big guy walk up to me, he's looking at the top of my head, he's looking down, I said, what do you look for? He says, you ain't got no horns. I said, oh, we shaved them off in the 1200s, they're gone. So we lived there for a couple of years, we came back out here. Now my wife wanted more kids. I did not want to reproduce because back in the 70s I smoked marijuana, and I heard if you do drugs, it messes with your chromosomes, and when you have a baby, it's born with an extra arm and a finger growing out of its head. One day she takes me to bed and says, guess what? And I said, what did I do this time? And she goes, you did good. I said, why? She says, I'm pregnant. And I looked at her and said, any idea who the father is? She didn't seem to find that funny. She says, you're the father, get used to it, and grow into it. Now, I didn't know what that meant, so I sat down on the bed and I started freaking out. And I watched my wife grow into it. I watched her grow and grow and grow and grow. She gained 127 pounds. When the baby was born, she weighed almost 260 pounds. Yep, she was so round that if you pushed her sideways, she would eventually roll back to a standing position. But she was a great mother, she multitasked, and I was still going on the road in those days. She took care of the house, she kept it clean, she kept the kids clean, she took them to school, she did everything she needed to do. But 5 weeks before the baby was due, she had horrible cramps. I took her to the hospital, doctor said, Mr. Kurtz, we've got 20 minutes to get the baby out of your wife or she's going to die. And I looked at her and said, can you give me 30 minutes to think about that? He looks at me and says, what are you, a comedian? Yes, I am. They tell me it's going to be a cesarean section and I can come in during the operation. So I walk in, they got her legs hanging from ropes. He's got a cut open from hip to hip. He's got both arms inside of her and he's pulling her parts out and dropping them in like he lost a watch in the drawer. No emotion. Meanwhile, he's talking to the nurses about renting cars to go to Las Vegas. No, don't use National. What's that? Oh, that's a spleen. No, use Enterprise. Take my wallet out. There's a card for Enterprise in there. I said, do you have any idea what you're doing? He says, hey, this isn't my first rodeo. I said, how many times you've done this? He goes, oh, 2 or 3. I went, 2 or 3? He goes, 1,000. I said, oh, are you a comedian? He goes, hey, you're funny. He takes her out and he hands her to me. First thing he says, wow, she looks like you. She's got the big ears. I went, oh, good. Now, I want you all to think back to your first time. First of all, anybody here have children that you know of? Anybody? I want you to think back to when you held your first child and you looked into that baby's eyes, and it is the most magical moment in your life. It is more beautiful than a million sunsets, a million sunrises, a million roses, more beautiful than $1 million in cash. All right, that one's really close. But the thing is, I looked at her and I started to cry. I went, oh my God, she's so beautiful. And the doctor walks over and says, do you want to cut the cord? And I looked, I said, she's plugged in? He says, you're an idiot. So they laid her on a little table, and they gave me a little blue scissors. Now, I thought it was going to go cut. Did anybody ever cut the umbilical cord? Anybody ever done that? Couple. Now, those of you that haven't done it, you think it's going to just snip. It's not like this. It's like steel. When I was squeezing the scissors, it was coming out of the scissors like this. So I'm chasing the umbilical cord around her stomach, and the doctor finally comes over and he holds it and goes, we do that for everybody. I looked and said, you guys need to get out more often. So we cut the cord, we took her home, we named her Bella. Now my little baby is 14 years old. And I cannot believe she's so beautiful. And I know she's beautiful because when we go out together, we do a lot of karaoke. We go out, women always say the same thing. Your daughter is so pretty. Your wife must be gorgeous. Do I get credit for being there? I was part of that equation. But nobody ever seems to believe that I could have a beautiful child. So I bring a picture of my little baby Bella. I don't know if you can see that all the way in the back. This is my baby. Thank you very much for that, Eha, over there. Yes. I made this. And she's so funny. She really is. We went to karaoke a couple times, and usually she'll get up and she'll sing. And she gets up there and she's like Frank Sinatra. She'll wander around the room, and she'll sing to people, and she'll sway. And sometimes women will come up and talk to her. Now, if they touch her, I get very possessive. I'm a father. And I walk over and I put my arm around her neck. And I had one woman say, and who's this? Your grandpa? She says, I got this, Dad. She walks up, goes, lady, it's a bad way to start a conversation. This is my father. He made me. And she backs up. So, I am glad to be here. And the bottom line is, you should all be glad to be here because you made it this far. You are still alive. How many of you didn't think you'd make it past 30? Anybody? How many didn't think you'd make it past 40? How many thought you'd never make it past 50? 60? 70? 80? 90? Anybody 100? No? I had a lady, 103, come up to me after a show. She was a giant, and she walked up to me sideways like John Wayne. And she puts her arm around my head and my neck, and she goes, honey, I really love your comedy. You're really funny, but listen, my husband's not doing really good. Why didn't you come back and see me in 6 months? And she turned my head and kissed me on the lips for 3 seconds. And I stayed as stiff as I could possibly be. And she said, I'll see you when you come back. And she walked away trying to be sexy. It looked like this. I ain't going back there. I'm sorry. She scared me. But the bottom line is, you guys are here, you made it. And let's face it, getting older is not easy. First of all, I don't like being called a senior. I think we should be called vintage. Because vintage means you've been knocked down, you've been fixed up, but you still have value. We are the people that kept this country going. We are the heart and soul. We've been through 2 world wars, maybe even 3. And we got to here. Now I don't know where we're going. I'm just looking over and seeing all this orange and red over here, and I think, oh, the president's here. Look at her, she's going, no. Yeah, but we made it, and getting older is not easy. Nobody warned us about what we were going to go through. Nobody told us that our bodies were going to change so much. Remember when we were 18 years old and you would take a shower and your body was flat and thin, and all you had to do to wash the soap off was put your arms up? Then you hit 40, and gravity starts pulling your parts down. Now to take a shower, you have to lift things out of the way. I did that, I found a wallet under my stomach. I had 50 bucks in cash in there. Still good. Our bodies change, our hair changes, we become gray. Some men lose their hair. I am so happy. I have all my hair, this is all real. I have a lot of tour guys come up and tell me, you have too much hair. And I found out everyone's got a little bald spot on the top that nobody sees. So I go, why? You need some? Young people actually ask me, your hair is so good. Do you darken your hair? I go, yeah, I darken it and then I spray the gray back into it. Here's one of the signs you know you're getting older when you're sitting there. All of a sudden your arm hurts out of nowhere. Ow, 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 ow. And then it stops. Somebody upstairs is telling you, you're still going. We get diabetes, I got that. I got diabetes pretty bad. I didn't know I had it. Went on for almost 18 years with it, didn't know. And when I got it, I couldn't see. My wife had to drive me to the doctor. He said, yep, we're gonna have to work on that. About a year later, I got arthritis in my left hip and I had to have my hip replaced. Any hip replacements? Anybody with hip replacements out there? Just one in the whole room? Wow. Knees? Oh, they're even worse. Oh, man. Well, I had my hip replaced. And I went in and the doctor said, well, you've got a bone spur in there. What it was a lump in the bone there. And when I would walk, it would go, One time I was at the Improv, and I'm standing there, and this guy walks in, and he says, yeah, I'm Louie, I'm from New York, I'm a new comedian, I'm the tough guy. I said, really? I go, you're a tough guy? He goes, yeah, I'm the tough guy. I go, come here, man. He goes, what do you want? I said, come here, you tough guy. He goes, yeah? I said, put your hand right there. He goes, why? Put your hand on there. He puts his hand on there, I lift my leg up and go, he ran out of the room crying. So I was going to get the operation. And I had a bad dream. I actually had a nightmare that I was on the table and I heard the doctor say, nurse, I think I cut too deep. Nurse says, why do you think that? He goes, because I just scratched the table. Yeah, that was just a dream, but it scared me enough that I put off the operation for 2 years, started taking a medicine. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called Vicodin. I was taking 10 to 20 pills a day to combat the pain. It was working. I didn't have any pain. I couldn't feel anything from the neck down. I couldn't tell if I was going to the bathroom or not. Then one time I was leaving the club and I said, thanks for having me, but I gotta go. He goes, you already did. Then about a year after that, something changed in my body, and I had to change the way I dress. I had to start wearing an extra piece of clothing. I have to wear plastic pants. And I'm not ashamed of it. I think actually it's a relief, it's comfort. Because the bottom line is, no matter where I am, if I gotta go, I can just, wait a minute. I can just stop and go, so to speak, so. Not a big deal. So, went in, got the hip done, now I'm alive, and I'm here. And you guys are too. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a little bit of a break now. So if you want to come over here, click on the machinery. Right, we're going to show you a video. Now, as you heard, I've done a lot of TV. Last year I was on the Late Late Show with James Corden. I was on the Gong Show. And I've got a commercial for Booking.com coming up, so look for that. I'm very happy about that. I'm a tango dancer. And back in 1984, I was on a TV show called The Love Connection. Does anybody remember that show? What they do is you go on the show, they videotape you, and they put you up on a date. They give you $75 for a date. $75. Let me say that again. $75 for a date. That doesn't even cover gas. And I drove all the way to San Diego on my motorcycle to go on the date. Yep, long way. But it worked out, and we can get the projector working, we just got to get this going. Oh, and we're going to have a raffle in a little while too, right? Okay, we'll do that. We got some great prizes that it looks like somebody donated a screen TV. We got some blankets, everything. All right, we got up there. Let's get everything phrased and prepared in the right size. And over here, you see this. This is for me. It says shut down. Oh, okay. All right, this is technology. All right, we're going to turn on the sound. Going to get this up. And if you need to go to the bathrooms, feel free to go, but please leave the room to do it. I don't want to get too explicit. And we're going to have some snacks too. I see y'all got plates. Are they going to have chocolate? Will there be chocolate? I love chocolate. No? All right. I can eat chocolate. You know what? Every night, before I go to bed, I have a big chunk of dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is actually good for you. It's a different type of sugar that doesn't raise your glucose levels. It's got antioxidants that gets all the junk out of your body. And it relieves stress and pain. Kind of like sex, but I'm not suggesting that during the show. But you can have dark chocolate once a day, no more than like 4 ounces of it. So it looks like we got it about ready. Now we just got to get the screen size up. You can start it right there, that's good.
Which one they thought would be best for. We're going to take a look at all 3 men again, catch up. First it was Perry, he was born in Philadelphia. He now lives in San Francisco.
That comes naturally. I don't plan much that I'm going to say with them. But something happens, I see I can relate to something and make a joke out of it. And I feel that humor fits almost everywhere. You can even make jokes in the bedroom. In fact, a lot of the women I go out with laugh at me.
He was raised on Long Island, and he enjoys reading and riding bicycles. And then Steve likes surfing and Sunday breakfast.
Cut his hair with a weed eater.
Okay, the audience vote was recorded yesterday. We'll get to that a little bit later on. But now Shoshana is going to tell us who she chose.
I chose
Are you
Perry.
looking for a place to live?
Like there was a
For your wife and you, or
Just me right now.
and she's got a place right here, lady? She's got a room,
Okay.
and she lives in a very nice home.
I will talk to her.
Do that.
Why don't you tell us about the date?
Well, first it was great finding out he lived in San Francisco, 500 miles away.
Well, at least now you're geographically correct.
530 miles.
So we set up a date, and he was supposed to pick me up at 2 o'clock, and it was 2:30 and 3 o'clock. He's an hour late. What?
530 miles. I mean, you got to give the guy a break. How come you didn't call? Since you were going to be late anyway.
Well, I drove down from San Francisco on my motorcycle, which was not an easy ride.
Motorcycle?
Well, I'm a Mako guy. I can handle it.
Well, anyway, you drove down on your motorcycle. What happened?
So I drove down and I go to the address, and I had the right address, but evidently I had the wrong apartment number. So I jumped on the bike, and as I was pulling away, some guy comes running out and says, "Hey, are you looking for Shoshana?"
Oh, come on.
Really?
Who'd you think he was?
I thought he was her boyfriend coming out to kick my butt.
All right.
Well, who was this guy?
Yeah, tell me who he was.
I'm pretty great company. Give me a break.
What did you think of her in person after 530 miles and frustration?
Well, I thought she was pretty cute. I was really impressed. She looked good. She sounded sweet, and she she described herself to me. She said that she was, on the phone, she said she was kind of busty. And I said, well, you know, I can handle that. Here's the big one. Listen up.
Yeah. Well, we went to the hotel, not the hotel.
So you went to the restaurant?
We went to the restaurant and I got us lost going out there, of course. But all for dinner, in between the nice, serious conversation, he kept making comments about my bust and my body and what he'd like to do with it, and I kept blushing. Yeah, I'm serious, and I'm like, oh, please, you know.
Well, it was just a joke. Actually, I was being fly. I was joking around. You know, I like to push a woman to see how far she'll go before she starts pushing back. I like to see if she's got a strong will, and she does. And she didn't take it, and she said, "Shut your mouth or I'll hurt you." It was something similar to that, but I asked her if she really would. She said no.
Well, we walked around Seaport Village afterwards. It was foggy, and it was kind of romantic. We sat on a bench and talked and cuddled a little bit, and...
A little bit?
A lot of it. And he
The
kissed
seals
me.
were applauding.
The seagulls were applauding.
So we had a nice goodnight kiss, and we talked about wanting to see each other again, and
Well, where'd you go?
well, I was supposed to find him a place to stay, and I sort of fell down on the job, so I just directed him towards Hotel Strip, and he was on his own.
Yeah, it's like, have a nice time, Sarah. See you next time.
Let's take a look and see what the audience picked for you said. I'm glad of this. I really am. Very good. 42%.
Another big shocker.
Nice. You have to take the native doctor on your own. What are you going to do?
Absolutely, I want to.
How about it, Barry?
All right, let's boogie.
Come on out.
Notice the chest toupee. Chuck, look out. Watch out for foot. Look out.
Sit down before you hurt yourself. Come out here, strain your back like that.
I knew I shouldn't trust him out here.
The seals were applauding. I'll never forget that line. Thank you though for being on the show. Will you please keep in touch? I bet we never hear from you again. Anyway, thank you. Nice to meet you. Thanks again. We're going to come right back with another one. Stay here.
Me and Chuck Lorre. No, we didn't get married. No, we went on a couple dates and then she disappeared off the face of the earth. I think what happened is that, you know, she went on TV and told everybody we went to a hotel and she didn't realize she did that. She couldn't live with herself. Changed her name and moved to another planet. So I fully understand that. But I'm glad you guys are here. Now, one of the things you can do to really celebrate the fact that you are alive is to remember that you made it. And remember, once a year, you have a birthday. Do we have anybody here with a birthday in the month of February? Any February birthdays? Over here, we got two at this table. All right, two back there. All right, they're all on this side of the room. And looks like one over there. We'll start with you over there. What's your name? What is it? Jerry. Like Perry? Oh, same, spelled the same way with a Y. Wow. And when is your actual birthday, Jerry? It's your daughter's birthday. Oh, all right. And, well, how old are you now? You're only 20. Jerry's only 20, and I'm 6'9". And if you believe that, I got some swampland in New Jersey. All right. And somebody else at this table has a birthday? Alma? Perry. Your name is Perry? Unbelievable. Wow. And when's your actual birthday?
Go ahead, ask.
The 25th. All right, so it's coming up. And where are you from originally?
How many years ago was what?
Mississippi.
4 years.
All right. I'm sure you can spell it, right? You have to. If you live there, they force you to spell it. And how many I's, how many P's? That's great. And how old will you be on your birthday?
72 years old.
70. Fantastic. Now, did you see how quickly she got that out?
Now we have a new.
That's how you know somebody's still young in their mind, when they answer a question quickly. You ever talk to somebody and say, how you doing? They go, now? That's good, you've got a good brain. It's important. The most important part of your body is your brain. You have to keep working. Talk to each other. Read books. Anybody remember books? Not anymore. You see the teenagers these days? They can't look up from their phone. It's all, the next generation is going to be born with giant thumbs. You ever see a teenager walk down the street? It's like this. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I was looking at my phone. I was in Hermosa Beach. I saw a car stop. I watched a guy walk right into the hood of the car, bounce over, gets up, and keeps walking. Then I was in the mall. I saw a young man, I don't know what age he was. He tripped, dropped his phone, the screen shattered, and he laid next to his phone and goes, my phone's broken. What am I going to do? I can't breathe. And they can't talk to each other. All they can do is text. The teachers will tell you, the kids only want, they sit there on their phones, they just text. Reading a book is good for you for a couple reasons. Number one, it makes your eyes move. And that works your brain. You have to go like this. You have to turn the page with your hand. It keeps your dexterous working. So do that. If the brain walks, the body will follow. So keep doing it. Now we got some more birthdays back there. Over there, you dear, in the red. What's your name, dear? Bobby, and where are you from originally? Chicago. All right, that toddling town. Terrific. And when's your actual birthday? The 2nd? So you just had a birthday. And how old did you become? 86. Wow. Did you see the pride in her telling you that? She's at 86. That's it. Be proud of your age, whatever it is, because you made it this far. You got here. We never thought we would, but you got here. That's so good. Congratulations. Happy birthday to you. And we got anybody else in the back there? All the way in the back. 2 people at the same table. 3 people. All right, the last 2. We'll start with the guy over here with the sunglasses on, the criminal-looking guy. What's your name, sir?
She's dead.
What is it? Kenneth. And when's your birthday? February 15th. And how old? 18th, all right. How old will you be? 50? Are you kidding me? You look 30. That's great. Congratulations. I love seeing this. People are really young. Very good, sir. Thank you. You stood up. That's very kind of you. Where are you from originally? Fresno. Congratulations on getting out. I'll tell you, the highlight of Fresno used to be watching people go through the underpass on the 99. They used to just sit there. It's like in Barstow, you know what they do for fun? They go out and they look at the giant thermometer and try and guess what the next temperature is going to be. That's not Barstow? It's Bakersfield? Oh, Baker. All right, they'll look alike after a while. Well, happy birthday to you, sir. All right, you're back there, gentlemen applauding. What's your name, sir?
They call me Freddy Cougar.
Freddie Krueger?
Yeah, but I'm Fred.
Wow, you look like a Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, man. You got it.
And how old are you, sir?
63.
63?
Yeah, right here.
Very good. Congratulations to you and the lady next to you.
Beverly.
Beverly?
Yes.
Where are you from, Beverly?
Louisiana.
Louisiana. See, I said it right. Louisiana. They don't even say Louisiana.
Louisiana.
I've been to New Orleans. New Orleans is one word. It's not New Orleans. New Orleans. Yeah. And we got some more birthdays? All right, well, we got a lot. I'll tell you what, on the count of three, we're just going to say happy birthday to this anybody who's had a birthday or has one coming up in the next year. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday. That's great. See, I love when women tell their ages. Usually women will not tell you their age. Usually you say, how old are you? Old enough to know better. Better than what? What does that mean? Nobody knows. So celebrate your birthdays and love each other. This holiday is about love, and the fact that you guys are here to see the show means so much to me, and I applaud all of you. Right now, I gotta get a drink of water and stay hydrated. Everybody have a drink with you. Yeah, we never drink enough water, but you should. And try to laugh when you can. Did you know that every time you laugh, you make yourself feel better? When you laugh, your lungs move, it increases your blood flow, and you get air into your brain, which helps to keep you alive. You can have a bad day, but you can make yourself feel better just by laughing. You could be sitting there feeling horrible, and you could just go, you'll feel better. So on the count of three, I want everybody to laugh as hard and as long as you can. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Everybody laugh. Oh man, yeah, laugh whenever you can. That's why we have jokes. As I said, I've been a comedian now for 45 years. Try to laugh. And if you can't laugh at yourself, laugh at others. Just don't get caught. Human beings are the only creatures on the planet that laugh at themselves. You're never going to see a dog walk down the street, trip and fall on his face and go, I hurt myself, but I'm okay. Doesn't happen. And remember slapstick, the Three Stooges? Somebody gets hit in the face with a pie, or somebody falls down. We laugh when other people are in pain. The funny bone. You bump your funny bone. Everybody's hysterical except you. You're crying. You know why it's funny? Because when you're not in pain and somebody else is, you feel better. So it's always good to laugh. I'll give you a couple jokes. Couple's driving along, they get pulled over by a policeman. He knocks on the window, the gentleman rolls the window down. Cop says, do you know why I pulled you over? And the guy looks and goes, because you're a jerk? Guy goes, sir, not a good way to start. He says, I pulled you over because you were doing 65 and a 35. He goes, I was not. Suddenly the wife says, yes he was doing 70 before that. Will you stay out of this? Shut up, you shut up. He was doing 80 before. I don't need your help. Will you shut up, you shut up. The cop sticks his head and he goes, do you guys always argue like this? She goes, only when he's drunk. The wife runs in the house. Honey, there's water in the carburetor. He goes, what? There's no water in the carburetor. She says, there's water in the carburetor. He goes, really? She goes, there's water in the carburetor. There's no water in the carburetor. She goes, there is water in the carburetor. He goes, where's the car? She goes, in the pool. "88-year-old Sadie walks into a bar. She's got a parakeet on her shoulder. Bartender says, Sadie, what's with the parakeet? She goes, well, I'm kind of lonely, and any man that can tell me what it weighs can take me home. He goes, okay. Everybody, today it's Sadie. It's kind of lonely. She's looking for a little love, so if you can tell her what the parakeet weighs, you can take her home. Guy walks up and says, okay, Sadie, I'm going to guess 10 pounds. She goes, close enough. Let's go.
Okay, guys, we're going home.
I love you guys. You're going to be the dancers, right? I can tell. Yeah. Oh, man. There's a guy, he's 84 years old, he walks into a bar, he sits down next to a young woman, he says, "Hi there, can I talk to you for a minute?" She says, "Yeah." He says, "Do I come in here often?" So another guy sitting in the bar, he's crying, his friend walks up, he goes, "Why are you crying?" He says, "I had a fight with my wife." He says, "What's the problem?" He says, "She said she wouldn't talk to me for 30 days. He goes, "Why are you crying?" He said, "The 30 days is over." I had a couple of one of the shows that were sitting right up front, and she had her hand on the inside of his leg. I said, "Look at you guys together?" She goes, "Whatever." I said, you married?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "How long have you been married?" She goes, 4 years. I said, "How long have you known each other?" She goes, 54 years. I go, "So you knew each other for 50 years and then you got married. What made you rush into this?" She looks at me and says, "Oh, we were waiting for our spouses to die." Extreme house when they come up. All right, here's my favorite new one. But first, I'd like to fix your pants. Thank you. You gotta go? All right, go ahead. We'll wait for you. She'll be back. All right. There's a guy sitting in a restaurant. He's having dinner. There's a beautiful redhead sitting across from him. Looks like Olivia de Havilland. She's smiling at him. He's smiling at her. And he's having dinner. He's going, "Oh, this is amazing. This is a beautiful woman." All of a sudden, she sneezes, and her glass eye pops out of her head and flies across the room. He jumps up, and he catches it. And he's looking at it, and it's looking at him. And he doesn't know what to do, so he walks over and says, "I believe this is yours." And she goes, "Oh, thank you so much." And she takes it, she pops in her head, blinks a couple times, and it looks perfectly normal. She says, "You've been so nice, why don't you join me for dinner?" He goes, "Oh, you're so sweet." He sits down, they're having dinner, she's touching his hand, she's smiling, she's playing with her hair. He's thinking, "This is the best day of my life." She says, "You know what, we're having so much fun, let's go dancing, I'll pay for that too." He goes, "Great, let's go." So they're out there dancing, they're going around, he's thinking, "Oh, don't let it pop out." He's looking at her going, "This is amazing, she's so beautiful." She's nuzzling his head, "Oh, this is the best ever." Well, the next morning he wakes up at her house. She brings him breakfast in bed. He's sitting there and he's eating. He says, "Listen, I gotta ask you, are you this nice to every man you meet?" She goes, "No, you just happen to catch my eye." All right, we got some snacks for you to keep you guys awake, which is important. And I want to thank you all for coming down here. I'm going to do something very special for you now. This is what I did on the Late Late Show. And I'm going to play a very special instrument. This is called a Keytar. You remember these from the 80s? It's called a Keytar because it's a combination of a guitar and a keyboard. You turn it on, it makes a pop, you hit a button, and you're playing rhythm and blues. And you can jam along. I'd like to ask this lady to leave right now. It's called a walking ovation. We're going to sing some songs. The first one's called When the Saints Go Marching In. You all remember that? Ready? Here we go. Oh, when the saints go marching in, go marching in. When the saints go marching in, I wanna be in that number. When the saints go marching in. That was amazing, and a lot of white people on time. That was really very surprising. It happens. It happens. All right, here's one goes back to childhood. Zippity, when row, row, row your boat. Two-parter, jump on either one. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Keep going. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. No, I just thought there were going to be some more merrily, merrily. But you did good. Give yourselves a round of applause. You were singing. Your heads were bobbing. I think we should go on the road. We'll get a bus. And we'll tour, and we'll call it the Keytar Tour. And the young people won't know what it is. All right, now we're going to really kick it up. We're going to play a song now called Louie Louie. Now, you all know the song, but nobody knows the actual lyrics. Because the guys admitted when they recorded it, they were really drunk. If you think the lyrics is basically, the rest is Louie Louie, oh baby, we gotta go now. Ay, Louie Louie, oh baby, we gotta go now, alright? So, I'm gonna make up the rest, you sing the Louie Louie part. Here we go. Now, this is a song that they call Louie Louie. I hope that you people will at least give it a try. I see you sitting there with a red hat and the camera in the air. Now she held it up. The one sitting right there. When she turned around and looked at us, you are talking, that's okay, I don't mind. I'm okay. We're going to do it. Do the Louie Louie, come on. Louie Louie. Oh, baby. We gotta go now. I said I knew it right. Oh, baby, we gotta go now. Now it looks like they're bringing out some snacks. You want to get something to eat? I think that's really cool. Yeah, I want to move my feet. I'll move real slow. Like I'm at a rave or riding shrooms or something. I don't know, I'm going insane. But I think it's cool. You guys are all here. Let's hit it one more time. Whoa, it's stuff in the middle. What's here? Oh boy. It stopped. Wait, I'm not done. Let's try it again. Electronics these days, they never work. All right, here we go.